Welcome to Portland International Raceway. Located in Portland, Oregon, it was opened back in 1960 and has since hosted events for IMSA, NASCAR, and most famously known for IndyCar. Portland is an unusual case of a circuit emerging from the ruins of the flooded and abandoned city of Vanport, making use of some of the former road networks to eventually form a permanent racing facility. Owned by the city of Portland, the complex comprises of an FIA Grade 2 circuit which can be configured with or without the Festival Curve chicane section. The main straight also doubles up as a popular drag racing facility. The circuit was once host to GT4 America back in 2019. The fast straights and tight technical sections of the track were and still are perfect for GT4 cars. PIR is a 1.9 mile or 3.1 kilometer road course with 12 turns. It is known for its flat layout with no elevation changes, which makes perfect for fast and competitive racing. Some of these corners can include Turn 1, Festival Curves. After the long front straight, drivers carry a lot of speed down and then have to brake hard for the tight right-left chicane. This provides plenty of opportunities for late braking moves and dive bombs. Turn 4, the right-hander. After Turn 3, drivers must navigate a medium-speed right-hander at Turn 4, which is another overtaking opportunity. Those who get a good exit from Turn 3 can make a move on the inside of Turn 4, taking advantage of the braking zone. Turn 7, end of the back straight, provides a good run for drafting and building up speed, making Turn 7 another excellent overtaking point. This is a heavy braking zone and can challenge drivers to capitalize on slipstream down the straight to set up a move to the next corner. The last complex of corners before the front straight is a potential overtaking area, especially if a driver can pressure their opponent into making a mistake through the complex of Turn 9 and 10. This section requires precision, and any slight mistake can open the door for a pass before launching a back onto the main straight. In the world of Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club, this will host Round 2 of the GT4 International Championship. Cody Lawrence will be the fan favorite at home, as so far he's lighting up the timing charts, setting faster and faster laps. While he is third in the Drivers' Championship, Jaden Harrison looks to continue the win streak carried over from Brands Hatch. BOP has been applied to all the point-scoring drivers from the previous round, so we are set for another classic in this championship. Who will win the doubleheader at Portland? This is Round 2, the United States Grand Prix. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club, and it is time for Round 2 of the GT4 International Championship. A lot of stakes here to play after the British Grand Prix. With a double-header win from Jaden Harrison, but not seeing him here for this round, we could see ourselves with another spectacular round of racing. Welcome to United States Grand Prix, Portland International Raceway. We are located in Portland, Oregon. Skies are looking clear, and we are just minutes away from getting the qualifying action underway. The drivers hard at work putting in their fastest lap times over the week, and we got ourselves a really strong field here today. Such a simple layout for these drivers, but yet it's all about maximizing every corner, every exit, and do what your opponents are not doing. It all comes down to today now, and we're gonna find out what all this hard work over the week proves for here today. A beautiful liveried skin here, provided to us from Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club's race department. Overtake GG page. You can go ahead and download this fantastic livery for your tracks. But let's go trackside now to watch the action with the drivers. First of all, Cody Lawrence, hometown hero. Almost, I will say. He's calling this place home. And he is looking to make a name for himself. He is looking to get that first race win under his belt. But it's not going to be that easy, because Mike Van Dorn in the McLaren missed out on the second race due to connectivity issues. This time, he's looking for blood. Marlon Young, one of the X-Play drivers, looking to bring back the X-Play legacy right back home. Jerry, in his now second round of Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club, puts a very good time on the board and very strong, looking in for now the racing action to come. Andy Rees in the Mercedes, as well as Oliver Bluch, looking to bring the Danes back onto the top step. Sean Lee, Martin Webster looking to continue their momentum from the last round, hopefully to transition over to some proper results. And then we have the likes of Casper Krogsgaard, Danny Nasir, Lance Nasir coming into the championship for the first time, Anderson Baiano. We could still see a couple more drivers here today, but we are just getting ready for qualifying. Welcome everyone to Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club. Make sure, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, like the stream. It would really mean so much. We are so close to 600 subscribers. It would mean so much if you hit that subscribe button, and you'll be able to join us in the live chat. Give us your thoughts. Cheer on your favorite drivers. We are just a minute and a half away before we get into qualifying. 15 minutes of qualifying. Who is going to take the pole position out here today? Times are looking very, very close. We've also seen out of nowhere starting today that Casper was able to take the top fastest time. He is a driver without BOP. The drivers who did score points in the last round gets balance of performance, so their cars are going to be a lot slower than the last time that they drove them, or the last time they raced with them one round ago. However, to the drivers who did not score any points, those drivers are still starting fresh. With the new drivers that are coming into the championship, like we do have the likes of I haven't seen them yet, Mikel Charles. We have seen Lance this year. They are going to be taking BOP as a penalty for not joining us in the first round, so they will be taking half of what the championship leader is taking. So still, drivers who have started in the first round, they do not have BOP if they not score any points. So it's going to be a very interesting dynamic. We're already seeing the M4 of Casper taking the top of the timing sheet. I believe he was disconnected, so we did not see him at the top of the leaderboard there, but we are about to get in to qualifying. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the second round of qualifying. Stick around. It's time to get the action underway. It is time to get round two's qualifying underway. Welcome to Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club. Welcome to the second round. Qualifying has just begun out here. The drivers now exiting pit lane, now beginning their qualifying sessions here. 15 minutes. That's only the time that the drivers have Portland International Raceway, that's the destination we are at for the United States Grand Prix. The drivers on their outlap as they head on to the back straight. They're going to be getting their first couple laps on track to set down the pace. What is the pole time going to be here today? We've already seen from practices alone, the likes of Cody Lawrence and Mike Van Dorn are your fastest drivers and your main ones to watch. So, the time has finally come, and qualifying can finally get underway. Here we go. So, Cody Lawrence is your first driver to now come around the start-finish line to begin this qualifying. As we head into the first turns here, as he exits through the festival chicanes. Heading into turn 3 now, 4th gear for him. Breaking it down into 3rd gear, trying to keep the revs up. That's the most important part that you want into this very tight section. Now flicking it to the left-hander. Bit of a hairpin, not too slow. You want to keep the car, straighten it up, get to far left side, and this is one of the most tricky parts of the track. It's a sharp right-hander, and then you just want to use as much exit curb that you can. Do not touch the grass. Clip over the curb onto the back straight. Hug the inside wall. Now Cody Lawrence trying to push this Toyota Supra as best as he can. And we're going to find out what time he could do on the board here. As Cody Lawrence comes around the final corner on this flyer. And we're going to see what the drivers will be chasing here today. And that time, as it stands, is going to be a 1 minute 17.673. That's your first time. Van Dorn, can we see anything from him? No, it's an 18.9 from him. Marlon Young next to come across the line. And no, he's on an outlap. Webster, do we see anything? No. Andy Rees in the Mercedes puts himself up onto the 4th position there. Oh, and as Oliver makes a mistake, that's going to ruin not his current lap, but as well as his next lap that he's on. There is the likes of Lance Nasir making his debut in the McLaren. So, very interesting to see what he can do out here. Ooh, slides the rear end. Taking it back over to Mr. Cody Lawrence. I believe we might have the return, yes we do, of Battle Cam. The main feed is about to get up in a second. We do have the main feed. We're just going to get over to the other side of the action, but meanwhile let's take it up to the stuff right here, and there's a lot of action going on track as Cody Lawrence continues to hold on to pole position. We're going to watch now Van Dorn. We're going to stay on him for a lap. So, for the moment, we're having some technical difficulties from the Battle Cam side, so we're gonna get that sorted out. Our Battle Cam side has had a PC crash here, so we're gonna get that going. Meanwhile, Marlon Young, 18.7, puts himself 2nd row on the grid. Van Dorn, do we see any improvement at all from the Dutchman? He's on the front straight now, so we're going to watch very closely to these timing sheets. Anything at all? No, it is not. Andy Rees in the Mercedes. Right now, it's Toyota 1-2. The Supras are dominating so far here. Looking very good at the moment, as it stands. We're going to enable our live chat. We're going to take a listen to the drivers. If we do hear any form of communication from them. Meanwhile, as this qualifying continues now, as Rees crosses the line, he goes 2nd. So bumps down Marlon Young, and now the Mercedes splits up the Toyotas. Very interesting there. Remember, it was a Mercedes dominance at Brands Hatch. Sweep the poles, sweep the 2 race wins, and took the fastest lap. And unfortunately, not seeing Jaden Harrison, so his championship is 110% gonna be at risk here today. And he will lose the championship lead. Unless we do see some other drivers get back in it. Now, Cody Lawrence, can he improve this personal best? He races to the line, he comes across the line now. Is it any sort of improvement? It is not. It's a 10th down, and that 673 still stands. Do hear a bit of feed on the microphones of the drivers, so we're gonna maybe listening closely to hear what's going on between them. Webster heads into the pits as well as his teammate Andy Rees. No improvement from him. We're gonna find out where Van Dorn stands as he crosses over the first sector now. He needs a 33.8 or better. And yes, he's faster. So Van Dorn finding some pace. Now, this is a big opportunity to gain provisional pole as it stands. Oh, but 6/10 down in the second sector. Really gonna hamper his lap time. The McLaren, just one more corner to go. And what can we see out of Van Dorn? Mike Van Dorn now races to the line in the McLaren. Is it going to be a provisional pole? Across the line? No, it's a second down. So we lost a hell of a lot of time there in that first sector. Danny Nasir brings out some yellows as well as Sean Lee. Both of them into the pits. Just gonna do a quick audio check onto the stream. I'm there in that first sector. Danny Nasir brings out some. So making sure we are good to go there. I believe we might have Battle Cam back. Actually, we almost do. Still working on it. I'll be able to watch some of the other drivers here in qualifying. Meanwhile, Jerry Cook did not see him, but P2. And so far, nobody's been able to touch Cody Lawrence's time. But that P2 is still up for grabs. 118.526. Next is a 118.631. Then a 118.675. Van Dorn 118.723. So 4 drivers in the 18s. Meanwhile, Cody Lawrence still holds on the pole, and that's the crucial one. That is the crucial part of this fight here for pole. And that is the most important thing. If you're a driver, you want to get pole position and you want to run away with this one as soon as possible. There are no yellow flags, no virtual safety cars of any sort in this championship. So he'll be delighted to know that, and he's going to want to continue this one as Cody Lawrence continues now and finally finds some improvement. Long awaited, I will say. Now here he comes. And here we go, Cody Lawrence into the last complex of this track around the final corner. And this is going to be a crucial lap time. Can he put this one faster than his previous? It's a 117.673 to beat. He races to the line in the Toyota Supra, now crosses it. It's an improvement. No, it is not. But look how close it is. It's a 17.716. Trying to find some improvement. Marlon Young takes over the P2 time of a 118.116. Gap is really closing. What do we see from Jerry as well as Van Dorn? He's 5/10 down. The standings, as it stands. Trying to see if we have battle cam now. Almost have it over here. We're just gonna swap over, and there we go. Finally, we have battle cam working once again, so we're gonna be able to watch 2 bits of action on both your screens. So keep an eye out on that pole, man, on your left-hand side of the screen. On your right-hand side, that's the live main feed that the stream is going to go through. Any improvements from any of the drivers? Jerry is now exiting pits. Van Dorn, sliding the car in that first section of the track. We're going to go live scene here, and he has lost a lot of time as Andy Rees goes up into 4th position. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left to go. We watch Lawrence. 33.8 to beat in that first sector. Can he top it? Time is ticking. And it's identical! Cody Lawrence, talk about perfection. He has matched his first sector to a T. We could be in for a faster lap time here. Cody Lawrence, the Toyota Supra. Oh, and he's a 10th down. And that sharp right-hander is really the main difference maker as he goes wide, slides the car corner entry, runs it off the circuit as well. Just about recovers and gets it on, but his current lap time is ruined. And that is not going to help him out. Marlon Young still sits in pits. Is he satisfied with his time? Does he feel like he can't improve at all? We're not too sure, but one thing's for sure. He's on the front row. It's a Toyota. 1-2 is trouble for Lawrence. He's in the pits. One more opportunity. He does come out. Sean Lee as well in the pits. A lot of these drivers coming into the pits, making their last little bit of fuel in the car, and then they're going to come right back out on track. So, very crucial. These last moments in qualifying. Pole position, 1 extra point in this championship, as well as the fastest lap. But right now, they're aiming for that top spot, and that's 17.673 is still that time to beat. And right now, Cody Lawrence has a strong hold on that lap time. He's looking very good out there, I will say. But can he convert that into race pace? We remember at the start of race 2 last round, we saw that Cody Lawrence lost the lead to Van Dorn with a better start. So still, big opportunity. Meanwhile, Marlon Young calls it quits. He's not improving. He's not coming out. We're gonna watch Van Dorn now as we have the final 30 seconds. Do we see Van Dorn finding any improvement? This is the final time to push. He's done all the laps now to put in a banker. So it's all down to push all the way. 33.8 to beat in the first sector. It's a 10.5 off. Meanwhile, Cody Lawrence across the line. Now he's going to begin his final lap. What do we see from Jerry now as we have 5 seconds to go? Can he come across the line in time now? It's going to be close. Just about. He'll have one more opportunity. Meanwhile, it's Andy Rees. Runs off the racing track. He comes across the line. And do we see any improvement at all? No, it is not. We go back to Van Dorn. Oh, and he's also touched the grass, and he's hit. He hasn't hit anything, but he's used the grass. He's clipped it, and he runs completely off the racing surface. Well,
is there no pit speed penalty?
There is. It's 80 kilometers.
I don't know where the mark is, because I'm driving right through, and it's slowing me down, but...
Wherever it slows you down, that's where the line is.
Okay.
So, Cody Lawrence finding improvement in the first sector. Huge opportunity to just push his mark on the ground. Nobody there to fight him. Final corner for him. Looks very sweet, very clean. And now it's a mad dash to the line. Cody Lawrence finding himself improvement. He's going to tell the world why he's the fastest driver as he comes across the line. It's not improvement. It's a 10th off, but he is just about going to hold on. Jerry is now going to come across the line as well, and that's going to be your qualifying complete. And Cody Lawrence will take pole position here for the United States Grand Prix. What an amazing qualifying. All right, great qualifying there. Congratulations, your top three. Lawrence, Young, Van Dorn. Remember, is a mandatory pit stop for these races. 25 minutes. Once the timer runs out, there'll be one extra lap. What's mainly important is you do get your mandatory pit stops in. Other than that, let's have a clean one on track. So as the drivers now get set to go racing here for this one, qualifying has complete. It's Cody Lawrence on pole position. Thank you for tuning in to another round of the qualifying highlights here. And we're going to see you for race time. So that's going to do it here for our broadcast there for the for our YouTube recording for qualifying. But now it's time to get into race. Here we go. Folks, it is time as the drivers get onto the grid now. We have a minute and 30 seconds before we get in to the race. Don't go anywhere, folks. Action about to get underway now.
All right, good luck, everyone. Let's have a good race. Back at some point after the start.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Race 2, Round 2, Race 1 of the Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club GT4 International Championship. As the drivers line up on the grid now for this first round of the championship, we look at how it looks on the grid now. So it's Cody Lawrence on pole position, followed by Marlon Young. Then it is Van Dorn, Jerry Cook, Andy Rees, Sean Lee, Casper Krogsgaard, Anderson Baiano, Oliver Bloch, Martin Webster, Danny Nasir, and Lance Nasir. It is time to go racing now. Do not go anywhere. Turn up the television because these engines are about to roar now for the second round here for the United States Grand Prix. As the lights go out, 6 lights on the board for the second time. We go racing. So it's a good start there from Cody Lawrence. And we're going to get right to the action now as there we see all the drivers almost going 3 wide there. Marlon Young almost losing out on P2 as Van Dorn trying to get it onto the inside. The Mercedes of Jerry Cook trying to get over against Andy Rees there. Cannot get it done, but it is Cody Lawrence with the lead now early on in this race. Mike Van Dorn pressuring on Marlon Young. Looking to the inside, a little bit of contact there. Have to be really easy there. Do not want to get a penalty. That's the last thing he needs. Wants to get this move done as quick as possible. He feels like he's fast already because Cody Lawrence already pulling away a second. Van Dorn now already wanting to get past him. Meanwhile, behind them, side-by-side action. 2 Mercedes going at it with each other. There they go, down the back straight, have to tuck in. Meanwhile, do we see any other moves? Oh, but Andy Rees trying to go for something here on the inside. No, backs out. Jerry taking a little bit of curb there. But as they enter the front straight, we can now complete lap 1. And what action we have for you here now. So, great start here for this USGP Race 1. But still a lot to go. As there you see Van Dorn is hustling. Meanwhile, oh, he actually gets it side by side, door to door. Oh, and it's contact. And Van Dorn goes for a spin. Needs to watch the rejoin. Oh, and he gets contact with Martin Webster. But it's Van Dorn who gets the worst end out of the stick. And he's off. He gets back going in 10th position. The process is very simple. You can join our Discord linked at the top of the live stream. And you can join our Discord. We will admit you and we will help you sign up and get ready for the next round of racing. Meanwhile, here comes Cook on the outside, possibly slipstreaming down Webster. Marlon Young, the X-Blade driver, on the outside, on the back straight. Big opportunity. Looks like the Mercedes is going to back out of the move. Hard-fought battle so far. Marlon Young already defending against Van Dorn. Very scrappy, but Marlon is the one that's still up in second place. Meanwhile, the leader, Cody Lawrence, is absolutely booked it. Trouble! Danny Nasir finding himself off the track. Gets it going. He's clear. He's fine. Webster now looking to have a battle against Lance Nasir. Van Dorn in the pits. Very smart, realizes that he has to play the long game out here. But yes, as I said, join the Discord. It's linked in the top of our live stream. You can also check the description, find our Discord there. Join that. And we will admit you into the server and you can get racing with us in no time. Meanwhile, the Mercedes now hustling Marlon Young, the Guyanese. Trying to get it onto the inside, unable to do so. And you can already see Andy Rees as well, finding himself in this battle for the podium. So top three looking very good. It's Marlon Young really having to defend as he gets onto the straight now, has a little bit of a gap. Opened it up to 5/10 now as Cody Lawrence, fastest lap of the race. Very crucial in this championship. Do we see Andy Rees put a move on the American driver? Oh, sliding there in the Mercedes is Jerry Cook, and Andy Rees is going to take that position. Almost, they're side by side. Yes, he is. The Danish driver goes up into the podium. A little too much there, pushing. And there you see that the tires are lit up for Jerry as he tried to push. That's the dirty air making a big effect. So, as he continues on, what a fight this is. Marlon Young. What does he do here? This is a great defense here so far from the Guyanese. Remember, Marlon Young is a champion here. He was your previous champion, your DTM world champion. Oh, as Jerry runs a little bit deep. He is no stranger, Marlon Young, to defending very hard and racing his competition very hard. And this action looking very, very awesome. Cody Lawrence, another fastest lap. He continues to push. Heading to your battle cam here. Oh, actually, we have a bit of technical difficulties here. Let's swap back over and let's fix that momentarily. Meanwhile, do we see any move? Not yet. So still having more trouble with the live battle cam here. Trying to get that up and going. I think we just about fixed that issue. Meanwhile, take a look at this. Jerry now almost lost a bit of time. He tried to look for a move. Meanwhile, take a look at this. Oh, here we go. Andy already trying for a move. Side by side, Marlon Young holds on to the outside. The inside is where you want to be. So you want to stay to the outside here. Defend with all your might. Meanwhile, Jerry could be looking for an advantage, but it's side by side into the chicane. The final complex. Marlon Young holds on. Does he? Yes, he does. Just about. Jerry running a little bit deep, holding on just about. As this one continues, Sean Lee also trying to close up the gap. But Andy, I think he's done waiting. It's time to make a move now on the Guyanese. Slipstreaming him on to the front straight into the chicane. Oh, runs very deep. Here comes Jerry. Does he actually put a move there? Does he pull the switchback? Mercedes against Mercedes. Very close together. What a fight this is, ladies and gentlemen. Incredible action on your screen here. So just fixing up that live board here. And continuing on. So Andy, losing a bit of time. Here we go. Trouble now. The Brazilian. As Van Dorn actually retired. I did not see it. Mike Van Dorn out of the first race. What are you doing, man? This is a championship. Van Dorn up there. I hope he returns for race 2, but he is out. He is your first retirement. Remember, he made an early pit stop. But that is drama. That is drama for the Dutchman. Meanwhile, Jerry side by side with Andy Rees. Jerry's caught him sleeping, and here we go. Big opportunity for a move into the festival chicanes. Andy to the outside. Can he hold on? Very close door-to-door action. Andy Rees onto the inside now. Better run there for the American of Jerry. Door-to-door, almost a little bit of contact. Not quite. They continue racing. He still is the inside. Does he force it down? Andy Rees respecting the space. Amazing racing between them. Look at this. Look at the helicopter cam. Still side by side between them. Now going into the left-hander. Still side by side. And it is so close. It's so tight. Who is going to come out on top of this one? Jerry has to back out and now starts to look to the back straight. As that happened, Sean Lee and Oliver Blanche have caught up to this fight. Oh my goodness. I'm feeling lightheaded here in the commentary booth. What is going on here? As this one continues. So Marlon Young able to stretch his wings finally and escape these two Mercedes here. The Germans arriving here. Oh, bad exit from Andy Rees. This is a great chance for Jerry to pounce back now. 15 minutes and 35 seconds left to go here in race 1. Dummies the inside, looks to the outside, side by side into the festival chicane. Sweet as you like it. Can he pull it off? Andy Rees, with the legs, pulls it off on the outside, gets it done. Sean Lee now in the BMW. It's time for the Beamer to get into the action. With Jerry and Andy fighting with all their might. Trouble for Casper there as he does a flick spin, gets back on it though. As those two battled, it's now time for a potential 4-car battle for the podium. So Marlon Young, you saw him at the foreground. You're going to see him at the bottom of your screen. There he goes. He is looking sweet. He's out of there. Meanwhile, Jerry has lost a little bit of touch there to his fellow Mercedes driver. As pit stops are now commencing, Danny Nasir in the McLaren in for his stop, and he is already coming out onto the track. Now traffic can be a big thing around here as this lead pack is starting to catch up. Cody Lawrence, 17.8. Another fast time from him. And he's going to continue pushing on. Ooh, as well, Oliver decides, interestingly, to pit, so he wants to be the first driver out this front pack here, battling for the podium to potentially go for an undercut. That's very interesting. And a good strategy call, no doubt. So now it just leaves back up to these three drivers, Andy Rees, Jerry Cook, and Sean Lee, two American drivers, in the Danish And there you see Marlon Young as well, still holding on. Very good to second position, and big points on the board for him. So once again, as he continues on and this race continues, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying the racing so far. We are very close to 600 subscribers, would mean so much. Share the stream around as well. Here we also see a BMW warfare between Anderson Baiano as trouble goes on for the McLaren. That's Lance Nasir. And is he trying to find gear, or is there something wrong with the car? Trying to move it. There you see Marlon Young and the likes of the drivers fighting for the podium. Passing him. Oh, Jerry! Almost clipping the tires. As he pushes that car, there you see Lance Nasir in the background. He's finally able to rotate that thing. Andy Rees comes in to undercut, to try the undercut on Marlon Young. Jerry has been set free. Let's see if he can put down the pace, that he can potentially get an overcut now onto Andy Rees. So that's going to be Jerry's mission. He's going to start to push that car now with clean air. Sean Lee.
Thank you, bro.
Is going to also start to push as well. And we're going to see what he can do in this one. As we're on board with him, we also see Baiano really close the gap now. And it's going to start to look for a move. So big opportunity for the Brazilian driver to get reverse grid pole. Remember, top 5 only gets flipped. So it'll be very interesting to see if one of these two drivers can get provisional pole. Remember that they still need to make a pit stop. More trouble for Danny. Oh, side by side with Jerry. Just about gets out the way. But here we go. Your closest battle on track. Battle for 5th. The Brazilian against the Danish driver. We're going to see how it transpires between the two. That's really trying to close up the gap now. It's Anderson Baiano. Make it a little bit wide there for the moment, trying to close up more. Meanwhile, as this goes on, Jerry has found himself.
Coming up, thank you, Daddy.
So, a little bit of radio chatter there. Marlon Young desperately trying to get away. Jerry has been way quicker. And meanwhile, as that happens, finally, Anderson Baiano gets the move done, and Casper is going to take that BMW right into the pits. But crucially now, Jerry and Marlon Young decided to stay out. Andy Rees, Oliver Bloch were your main drivers to come in for their stops. So they're trying to pull the undercut, but with Jerry now pulling out all the stops, he's looking so quick, now catching up to the Supra and looking to get second position. Remember, both of them still need to make a pit stop. So, interesting dynamics as this race continues. 9 minutes, 22 seconds to go in this one. Meanwhile, ooh, a little bit of grass clip there as Marlon Young is going to enter pits, realizing if I'm not going to be the fastest one, let me get some new rubber and push back hard. Crucial point in this race now, because it's now the fight between Andy Rees and Marlon Young. Remember, Andy Rees went for the undercut. It has not quite worked out for Oliver to undercut the top 3 in front of him. But this is a huge opportunity. Did Andy Rees push enough? This is going to be huge. There he is. Marlon Young still sitting in the pits. Now, here comes Andy in the final complex. Accelerating out now is Marlon Young. This is a race out of pit road. Here we go. This could potentially be your fight for second position. Where is Marlon Young? He's still in the pits. There you see him on the right-hand side of your screen. He exits out, covers onto the outside. Very cheeky there, but game on now as both drivers made their pit stops. Marlon Young just about holds on, but for how long? It's cold tires for Marlon Young. Absolutely heated up to temperature tires for Andy Rees. Mercedes against Toyota. This fight now officially continues. Now remember, with Jerry up the road and he was quicker than Marlon Young, we only got to find out now when he makes his pit stop how close he's going to be to this fight here. Every point of a second is so damn crucial in this one, as here comes Andy Rees. Does he have the legs to push it? No. Marlon Young still able to keep ahead, but for how long? Because the slipstream is very crucial on the back straight. Marlon Young loves to hold on to the inside of this part of the circuit now as they go side by side in the final complex. Tries to hold on. He cannot, so Andy Rees has to back out. Sean Lee into the pits. He was in the pits a while ago. Still serving his stop. Meanwhile, a great run from Andy Rees. This is a good opportunity now to get the position. Where does he go? Inside, outside, choose your poison. Goes to the inside. Here we go. It's a race down to the festival chicanes. Side by side, dives it down the inside and gets the move done. Can Marlon Young fight it on corner exit? I don't think he can. He cannot. And Andy Rees has got the move done. Now, if I was Jerry, I would get into the box as soon as possible, knowing that your other fellow Mercedes driver who is on pace with you has been finally set free. It's time to box, 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 and that's exactly what Jerry's doing. Now, this is really gonna come down to the wire. Can he come out ahead of these two drivers? He had a 19-second buffer when he came in for his stop. Now, remember, Marlon Young is not out of this fight. He's going to have the fresher tires coming towards the end, and after about 2 laps, those tires are going to start to warm up, and now Marlon Young is going to start to pounce back. There's a reason why he was ahead of the Mercedes. Now, here we go. Did Jerry have enough time buffer to keep ahead? This is it. There you see Baiano going up, and here comes Jerry. He comes out now. And here are your two drivers. Same scenario as we watched. Are we going to see him look at your pit exit? Where is he? There he is. But it wasn't enough. It was not enough. Jerry's going to fall behind both of them. Marlon Young goes very deep, though, through the first and second corner. Jerry takes a lot of curb, though. But it was not enough. Unfortunately, he was not able to jump anyone. Race leader now in the pits. What a dynamic of pit stops between these drivers. Oh, trouble! What has happened to Marlon? He's caught the grass and he's off the track momentarily. And you heard a scream there from Marlon Young, making a mistake, and he's fallen off from 3rd to 5th. And that's huge drama there from the Guyanese. My goodness. You heard him. He's upset about that one. Meanwhile, as Cody Lawrence comes out the pits, there you see Anderson Baiano, who is now making a stop, who didn't before. And there is now going to be your inherited 2nd place driver, Andy Rees. Oh, troubled Lance this year. He's facing the wrong way on track. Just about gets out the way. If there were VSCs, it would have been called there, but there are none for this championship. That was a very scary moment for the drivers. But, I mean, if there's anything to go off of, Marlon Young will be on the front row for the reverse grid. He won't be on pole, but he'll be 2nd and on the preferred inside line. Now, Jerry with 1 second. behind Andy Reese. It's now time to see. He was able to catch up. He was able to keep pace with Marlon Young. Can he do that now to Andy Reese to get onto the podium on second place? Mercedes warfare out here. What will transpire in these 3 minutes and 30 seconds in this first race of 2? That's the other thing. You do not want to go anywhere because this is just race 1 of 2. So unfortunately, Battle Cam, we're having too much difficulties with it. So it's gonna have to take a break for this round, and hopefully we'll be seeing it in the future as Jerry, oh my goodness, look how close he got to the tire barrier, but despite going wide, he is 8/10ths behind Andy Reese now. Jerry is pushing with all his might. Into the first and second corners here. More yellows coming out for LN. Lance Nasir. In the pink and golden McLaren Auto Nation, just about slowly getting it back onto the track, but still finding some trouble. Here is Jerry now losing about a couple tenths in the first sector, but it looks like it's the end of sector 1 is where he really starts to pull it back together. Great action though. Oh, trouble for Oliver! Oh, what has happened to him? Get it back going, fire up the engine! P6 for him, he's lost out. Sean Lee inherits provisional pole. Has Oliver, oh, Oliver takes it to the pits! No! That is huge drama! Is it fuel? Did he run out of fuel? He had reverse grid pole right there to himself. What happened? Was it a mistake? Did he quit out? I definitely hope it's not quitting out. That would be the worst decision you could make. Meanwhile, Jerry, 2/10ths quicker, but now it is now inherited Sean Lee to provisional pole. He's been the underdog in this championship here. The first round, you've always seen him in the fight, but not making any moves. He's always just been there, being consistent. But now, Jerry against Andy. Oh, runs it a little bit off the track. But he's pushing hard. 1 minute to go. Where is Cody Lawrence? We have...
Dang it, Lance, you just took my fastest lap attempt away. All good.
So Cody Lawrence, I think he just had a little bit of lap traffic in the way, in the form of Lance this year, trying to go for another fastest lap. He still has the fastest lap, and I think he's going to hold it to the very end of this one with all these drivers fighting now. Your quick ones, of course. Now, here we go. 2 laps to go here for race 1, and 2 chances for Jerry to get Andy. Here we go. 2/10ths now as we head into Festival Chicanes. Looks to the inside, just telling Andy, I'm still here. Oh, and Andy goes very deep. Huge opportunity to put the power down early. Cannot exactly because there's a whole Mercedes in the way. Now Jerry is going to look to the outside, swaps it to the inside, pulls the dummy. Can he hold on for dear life? Oh, he can, because Andy falls off the circuit, and Jerry's going to be sweet as you like. Takes the position. Andy Reese falling off the track, goes wide to hold the space, but it goes too wide. And the tires could not hold on. Jerry is on course for a P2. That is huge. Meanwhile, Marlon Young not that far behind from the pack. Meanwhile, Cody Lawrence is going to come across the line with 1 lap to go. One more chance for these drivers to shake up these positions. I don't think Sean Lee will be able to fight. He's 8 seconds off, but if I was Sean, I'd be happy where I am. Provisional pole for race 2. Now with a shaken up Andy Reese, can he pull back any sort of time, any position? 1.6 is the gap as they come across the line for the final lap for race 1 of this championship. Race 1, round 2 has been so entertaining. As we now come down to it, 1.4. 1.4 is the gap. Oh, no trouble again. Andy Reid's off the track. This time it might be a blessing for Marlon Young. He comes back onto the circuit, and Marlon Young, it's time to duel. But meanwhile, before we can look at that, Cody Lawrence, ladies and gentlemen, is going to come around the final corner in the Toyota Supra. He races now to the front straight. Cody Lawrence, welcome to the Winners Club. He is now your next brand new winner in Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club. He takes victory at home at Portland International Raceway. Jerry is gonna have a 4-second buffer, and he's just about gonna hold on. And what a fight, what a come up. So much pace, he was able to hold off. He is gonna take second position. Meanwhile, between Andy Rees and Marlon Young, Marlon cannot get it done. Andy Rees is going to be very blessed to know he's going to be able to hold on to the podium. Marlon Young's going to take 4th position. Sean Lee will take 5th. And provisional pole for the next race. Apologies there for the language. There we see Casper P7, Anderson Baeno P6.
Podium here, Marlon?
Yep. Andy Rees took it away from me now.
So there you see your last couple of drivers coming across the line.
Well.
Martin
I just
Webster's
realized this
gonna
race
take
went 20
P8.
laps. I thought it was only going to go 19. Fair enough.
Fair enough,
Take a
indeed.
fuel for 19. But,
Yeah, you need to take into the account the extra laps.
yeah, I was thinking 19 with that, but I
Well,
was thinking we were
yeah.
going to do 118's race pace. So I was actually at the 17s for a little while, which was surprising to me. I was not doing that in practice.
Sean, you're on pole for the next race.
Oh yeah?
At least taking both
Alongside
positions.
Marlon.
I didn't even know that.
Yep, Sean, you
You're
get
Marlon,
reverse
lock for the
grid.
front.
Yeah, you get reverse pole for race 2. But looking at the top 3, what a race that was. Let's get into interviews now. Starting off with our 3rd position driver, Andy Rees. What a fight it is from you first, Andy. Do we have you on the mic?
Yes, sir.
So, Andy, a very, very hard-fought battle towards the end. Looks like the Mercedes just about let go of all the grip in the world and losing out that 2nd place, but it was still an amazing fight nonetheless. Strategy worked perfectly out for you. How was that one?
Well, obviously, went for the early pit, and yeah, I just had tons of battles with Cook, and yeah, just tons of side by sides. Also Marlon as well. Yeah, I think Jerry didn't deserve that. Definitely, he definitely fought very hard, and so did I. But yeah.
Yeah, definitely. A very hard-fought battle for you. Going into race 2 now, you're going to be starting behind a little bit of traffic. Of course, that's what you did for race 1. So what's the strategy coming up here?
Well, something about the same. I mean, starting at the back of the grid, I mean...
Well, not the back of
yeah.
the grid, just the top 5. So the top 5 being flipped over now.
Oh, okay. Well, like about the same. I think just go for not too late of a pit stop and not get into too much contact, as I'm going to be in much closer proximity to the rest of the grid. I imagine. Yeah. So just driving safely and yeah, trying to get some passes.
Well, can't wait to see what you can do here for race 2. Best of luck in it. Congratulations on 3rd.
Thanks.
And in P2, Jerry, do we have you on the mic?
Yes, sir. Hello.
Well, first of all, congratulations, your first podium in Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club. You had such an amazing comeback up through the field. You were one of the quickest drivers up in this field. How was that one for you?
It was very entertaining, and shout out to Andy for having such a fun battle throughout the whole race. That was fun with you, bud. But the main thing for me throughout that race was just try to keep myself within a certain lap by lap time and just keep myself within pace, because I figured my best bet to pass Andy and I think it was Marlon. I think Marlon was in the other Toyota. My best bet was just to keep making those lap times and then rely on the low fuel towards the end of the fuel run to just maybe overcut them. But that didn't work, and luckily for me, both of them made a mistake. So it's a lot better of a performance compared to how Brands Hatch went, but versus 2 hours of practice versus a whole week's worth of difference.
That is very true. Well, overall, looking into race 2, what's the plan?
Same thing as race 1, drive fast.
Can't wait to see what you can do. Congratulations on P2. Good luck in race 2.
Thank you.
And in P1, really quickly, but no credit lost here, your first race win. Cody Lawrence, congratulations. Put your name on the history books. How was that one for you?
Felt pretty good. My qualifying was a bit scruffy, but race, I knew I had something good under me, and that was really enjoyable to drive. It was a bit of a being on an island, but that was fun. But yeah, we'll see what we can get in race 2 with P5 start. I know you got to get to it right here about 30 seconds, so I'll leave you for it.
Yep, thank you, and good luck on race 2. Let's see if you can also pull the double.
We'll try. Thank you, sir.
All right, we're going to get into race 2 now. Thank you so much for tuning into race 1, and we'll see you for the next. And we're going to get into that one right about now. Here we go, folks. Here we go, it's race 2! The top 5 is flipped, we go racing! Entering the turn 1 now, Sean Lee holds off to the lead, Marlon Young swoops it around the outside, Jerry Cook up in there, around the outside, trying to look for a move up there, Andy Reid's gonna try to make it side by side, almost 3 wide up there. Let's take a look at the action unfolding now. So there they go, side by side. Jerry trying to push his nose up in there. Oh, as there we see Marlon Young running off the track momentarily as Jerry finding himself on the inside. There is Cody Lawrence. Trouble! So many drivers off the racing surface. Everybody getting flipped over 360'd. Sean Lee holds on to the lead. Excuse me there for the cough, but oh my goodness, I did not expect that. 2, 3, 4 cars going in the grass 360, but interestingly, look at the map. Nobody has changed that much. There's not really much of a distance. But let's begin this fight. War is on. There we see some battles in the background over here. Cody Lawrence is the main driver who fell out the order. Remember, race 2, Cody Lawrence in Brands Hatch lost out big time. And he had to climb back over through the field, but could not replicate a podium again. This time, it happened way earlier on, but being the quickest driver on track, anything is possible. Jerry looking for this first race win against Sean Lee. Marlon Young went down the order. This time, it's the other X-Plate driver of Martin Webster. This is a very interesting dynamic. Now Cody Lawrence slices through the field. Next up, Danny Nazir overtakes him. Now he has the Brazilian driver up next. Side by side though, Jerry looking to the inside of Sean Lee. 2 American drivers, they almost met with each other in the last race, battling for the podium. As they go on to the back straight now, we're gonna see what the Beamer can do against the Mercedes. As they go nose to tail. Meanwhile, Andy Rees, Oliver Bluch, battling with each other. Same country of origin, same, almost exact same livery, same team. But points are very important for these drivers here. There's your battle for the lead. As Andy runs deep, runs very wide off the track here. Needs to have a proper rejoin, does about. Baiano's gonna go side by side, try to overtake him. Webster comes in early for a very early pit stop. Is that the right call? Jerry with the fastest lap. Tries to go down the inside, no, backs out very early on, very far away from Sean Lee this time around. But this is very interesting. Martin Webster has decided to pit extremely early on. We saw that Andy Reid's Mercedes, the tires just could not hold on throughout that race. So a very interesting dynamic. Side by side, Cody Lawrence, Anderson Baiano, another driver. Cody on the outside, gonna switch to the inside, having to back out here. Gonna look to the outside, not the preferred line to take for Cody Lawrence in the Supra. Tries to look to the inside. Is there space? The door is open, and he goes side by side. Can he pull the switch back? Tries to get a better run. Looks to have a better run. Side by side once again with the Brazilian driver of Anderson Baiano. Still close action between each other. Meanwhile, Jerry gonna try to hold on and try to pull off another move as Cody Lawrence does get the move done. So back up to the front pack, and they've already booked it. 4.4 out of here. They're gone. Meanwhile, for Cody Lawrence, it's a nightmare start, but still a huge opportunity to come back at it. Sean Lee, great defense. Mercedes against BMW. And Sean's going to continue to hold off to this lead. This is your battle for the lead. And Jerry's going to look to get a P2 and P1 here today. He does not want to do another back-to-back second place, that's for sure, when you have the opportunity in front of you. Big opportunity to dive bomb here, but it's such an awkward line. Sean Lee's going to take the early entry, but hampers his corner exit there. And Jerry's going to try to go to the inside, side by side. And does the Mercedes have enough? It looks just about. Sean is going to have to throw this car down the inside if he wants to keep it. No, he doesn't. He's backing out of the move, and Jerry goes up to the lead. Sean, fighting with all his might, just could not hold on to the BMW. Meanwhile, Cody Lawrence up against Andy Rees, and this time Andy can defend against the leader. None of these drivers were able to fight against Cody Lawrence when he booked it, but this time he's able to. He's really able to fight back now. Here he goes to the outside. Andy is going to give him a hard fight, just like he had with Jerry. A little bit deep there is Andy Rees, but gets back on the main racing surface. Meanwhile, 7/10 behind Jerry Cook is Sean Lee, and still up within a chance of getting that position back. Remember, he's under the slipstream, but this is a closer battle we have on track. So great action all around the board. Meanwhile, Cody Lawrence, do we see a dive on the inside? No, but Andy is going to defend it. Nonetheless, compromises his corner exit. Cody Lawrence is going to see, does he have enough legs to push that Toyota Supra up a position? No. Meanwhile, Sean Lee has lost about 1.5 and continues to stay behind Jerry. And that gap's still 4 seconds to third position. Here comes Cody Lawrence once again in the slipstream. Closing, closing, closing. When does he pull out for a move? And he does now. So, here we go. A big defensive move has to come from Andy Rees. Andy not really fighting it. Gonna favor the inside. Cannot get it done. Cody Lawrence slices and dices once again around the outside. And the Toyota Supra is now up another position. He's fourth. A very, very strong comeback here. And next up is the podium, but he's going to have to fight against another Supra. Will we see Cody Lawrence against Jerry Cook in the closing stages of this race? As it stands right now, definitely possible with Cody Lawrence's pace. So, huge opportunity for him. As this fight continues, we also see now Andy Rees not quite done with this battle. Still in the slipstream, still keeping in touch with the Toyota Supra. Go a little bit off the track there, gonna lose a little bit of time as Marlon Young actually DNFs from this race, and I don't know when he did that. But Marlon Young out of this one. And next play, down to one driver. As Casper into the pits. Remember, Martin Webster was your first driver in, so he made a huge gamble becoming the first driver to come in after the end of the second lap. So we're going to find out and see if that was worth it. Meanwhile, Andy is sticking close to Cody Lawrence, and that's what you need. Cody is going to have a fight against his fellow Supra brethren of Oliver Bloch. It's a Danish sandwich now, as Bloch and Rees are going to want to work together and keep Cody Lawrence behind. That's going to be the strategy here as they continue racing. So on to the back straight with 15 minutes, 54 seconds left to go in this one. Jerry has opened up that gap to 3.5 seconds. And looking for a big chance at points. Meanwhile, Andy Rees losing a little bit of time on corner exit onto the back straight. Lawrence now 1.1 behind Oliver Bloch. There you see up the road is Sean Lee, and the fastest lap now swings over to Cody Lawrence in this championship fight. So, as we continue racing now, we look at Cody Lawrence, 9/10 the difference. Tries to close up once again. And we're gonna see if we can take this battle to the sky as, oh, trouble for Oliver. He runs deep, and now it's time for Cody Lawrence to take a move onto the outside. It's side-by-side racing. Almost. Does he have a move there? Yes, he does. Cody Lawrence can send it down the inside, and he does! Oliver lets him through. Realizes that he wants to get the overspeed, tries to get the over-under, but Cody gets on the brakes at a perfect time, and Lawrence goes through. What does this mean now as Cody Lawrence enters the podium? With now a 1:18.3. Up next, it's Sean Lee. Meanwhile, can we see Oliver try to bounce back at this move? Looks like he cannot. The gap is opening up 7/10. As they enter the first sector complex of corners, Cody Lawrence wants to go back-to-back race wins in this championship. How far is he to the BMW? There's your gap right there. That is 2.3 seconds. Meanwhile, Oliver not going to go down without a fight. He's, of course, up there. Big chance at a overtake if he can close up this gap. And there you see in the background the Mercedes of Andy Rees. He's also in this fight. 8/10 the difference there. Kind of opening up to a second. But Sean Lee now finding himself in a little bit of trouble. 18.2 for the race leader. Followed by 19.6 and an 18.0. Cody Lawrence is the fastest driver in the top three. Slides that car on corner exit. More pit stops are being made. Here comes Anderson Baiano and Danny Nasir, the BMW and the McLaren coming in for their stops. So, what does this mean now? When will they come out? Where will they come out? One thing's for sure, Martin Webster, you cannot forget about him. He was one of your early stoppers, so he's going to be inheriting 6th position. Oh, in trouble. What has happened to Lance Nasir? He stopped on pit entry. So drivers are going to get local yellows for the final sector of the track. Still untoo sure what's going on with him. Meanwhile, Cody Lawrence trying to close the gap now. 7/10. He's already opened up the gap. Oliver Bloch 2 seconds behind. P2. Oh, Sean Lee enters the pit, sees Lance Nasir struck-in car, and take a look at this. Everybody's gonna follow Sean Lee. Oliver, Andy Rees. It's a busy pit lane now. So, still, no idea what's going on with Lance Nasir's McLaren. He's stopped the car. It's still uncertain what's going on. Meanwhile, if Cody Lawrence can now put down the pace, this could really look like an identical match to the first race. Remember, it was Jerry Cook that just closed up the gap. He decided to stay out long, closed it up to the driver ahead of him, and just pushed him along. Unfortunately, when it came to pit stops, he fell behind them. Is that going to be the same for Cody Lawrence? Or can Cody push, get enough time to close up? Looks like Lance has got going now. So, yellows are clear in that section. Meanwhile, Martin Webster in between this fight here. Remember, Martin made his pit stop, and he's interestingly able to jump Andy Rees. And he is now in the mix with Oliver Bloch. Cody Lawrence, fastest lap, 18.003. So, Toyota Supras, P4, P5, but the Mercedes of Andy Rees still closing up. Nose to tail in the final corner. A little bit wide there is Oliver Bloch, and Martin Webster is going to see if he can try to pull off a move. What sucks for Andy Rees right now, despite being in the slipstream, Webster's in the slipstream as well, to the Toyota Supra up the road. Oh, but a lot of overspeed for Webster. Oh, that's going to ruin his momentum, and that is going to... Oh, that is a huge shame. Too much momentum into turn one, and that has allowed the likes of Andy Rees to go through. Now, Cody Lawrence onto the front straight. The gap has been closed down to 4.6 seconds. You look at the leaderboard there. The yellow tag indicates when drivers have made their pit stops and what lap. And Cody Lawrence now in the 17s. He's looking very quick. Jerry lapping Lance Nasir. And Cody Lawrence is going to have to find himself doing that as well. Sean Lee, 40 seconds behind that pack. But remember, the top two have yet to make a pit stop and are the last drivers to make a pit stop. So eyes are going to be on them when they do come in. One thing's for sure, this train here between Oliver, Andy, and Martin, far from over. Sean Lee, there you see him. He's 3.6. And this fight for the podium can be really interesting. Remember, do we see Cody Lawrence able to stay ahead of Sean Lee to hold on to second position? 40 seconds, that's the buffer. If I was a betting man, I feel like Cody Lawrence has done everything to hold on. One thing that will ruin this chance at potentially going for a back-to-back race win is a mistake on track. And here we go. Race leader enters the pits. Now Cody Lawrence has to stretch his wings and really push. It's an 18.7. So pretty slow, off a second slower that last lap. Jerry needs to hope that he can get a clean pit stop and get right back onto the track. For the rest of the pack now, it's all push, push, push. See if we can close up now. If Jerry's in the pits, he's now exiting out. Sean Lee now going to enter the front straight, but it looks like Jerry's going to close out the pit limiter, get back out on track, and he's comfortably ahead. There you see a little speck in the background. That is Sean Lee in third place. So Sean now is probably going to be thinking, well, I could not get second position. It's time to hold on for the podium. He was leading this race early on. Don't forget about that. So now it's all up to, can he hold on for this podium position? Will we see Andy Rees close up this gap? He's not far behind. Martin Webster has started to lose some pace towards Andy. So Oliver, big chance for him to catch up. Meanwhile, the gap has now come down quite a bit. The gap when Jerry was leading was 40 seconds. Now when Cody's leading, it's 35. And Cody Lawrence still yet to make his pit stop. So Cody Lawrence is going to save it to the very end. We have seen it before. We've seen drivers come in at the absolute last second. I got to take you back to the Formula 4 European Championship and Gabriel, where he made his pit stop on the final lap at Monza for the Italian Grand Prix. Unfortunately, he fell behind the drivers ahead of him. So the overcut didn't work, and he only had one lap to pull it off. And unfortunately, could not get the move done. Will we see history repeat itself? Cody Lawrence, another amazing quick driver, leaving a pit stop to the last dying stages of this race. And I think he's going to take it now. Needs to slow that car down. Just about. Does not get a speeding penalty. So here we go. Jerry on the back straight. Pretty far back. But Cody Lawrence, look at your map here. You see P1 in the pits. P2's on the back straight just behind P10. Enters in for a stop. And now the service can begin on the Toyota Supra. Here we go. This is it. This is your battle for the lead. Did Cody Lawrence pull enough time there? Oh, he got a little bit slowed down to Lance Nasir. Just about. Cody Lawrence still in the pits. And he holds on. And he comes out. He's the first driver at the start. Here comes Jerry. Jerry's gonna overtake him. So the slowdown didn't matter. Cody Lawrence now out on track. And battle is on. Cody could not. He was unable to. Lance Nasir. I don't know if Jerry Cook was slowed down from Lance Nasir. But one thing's for certain. Jerry is still your race leader. And Cody Lawrence now has 4 minutes and 1 extra lap to close down 2 seconds. Here we go. It's game on. Sean Lee now also under a second to Martin Webster. Can Lee pull off 1 second to overtake the Guyanese ahead of him? Remember, Martin Webster also fighting for the podium. He's 1.5 behind the Mercedes. But now with 3 minutes and 25 seconds left to go, this is a rivalry that I would love to see here between Cody Lawrence and Jerry Cook. Mercedes against Supra. And this is going to be a very interesting, dynamic championship fight between these two drivers. Just to give you guys a little bit of insight between both drivers in terms of the championship, Cody Lawrence in 3rd position in the championship, while Jerry only 3 points in 12th. So while Jerry is with Cody with the upper hand, if Jerry can hold on here, this is going to be a massive boost in his points, and both of them are really going to be identical to each other with results after today's race. Now that's if Jerry Cook can win this race. But 1.3 now and 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to go. Oh, and a little bit of an off track as well. For how long can Jerry hold on? Cody Lawrence, can he do what Jaden Harrison did 7 days ago and take a back-to-back race victory? Meanwhile, Sean Lee losing some time in P5. He's down 1.2. 1.1, really just bouncing out with each other. Look at Jerry defending the inside, weaving, trying to break the slipstream. Cody Lawrence, fastest lap, 1:17.8 against a 1:19.0. The gap under a second. Jerry, though, not the best of exits. Out of festival chicanes. It's a minute and 30 left to go. They got 3 laps to do it. Jerry now on the defense. He was on the attack last race against Andy Rees, pushing him into an unforced error. This time, can Jerry Cook hold off, or can the Supra bounce back? Because the Supra now, can he pull off the over-under? Oh, it's a massive run! Side by side! Your fight for the lead with 1 minute to go. Cody Lawrence, does he have the legs? There you see him on the inside, on the outside, sorry. Jerry's gonna have to outbrake him. First of the late breakers. Side by side still, but Cody Lawrence is gonna hold on to the lead. Jerry shifting it down to 3rd gear, but can he get it done? No, but Cody Lawrence goes wide. Jerry with still an opportunity to bounce back, while Cody now takes the lead. Jerry in a prime position to slipstream him up the front straight. 2 laps to go here for the United States Grand Prix. And Cody Lawrence onto the outside. Can he hold on? No, he cannot. Cody has to pull off another over-under, but unfortunately cannot. Jerry gets back the lead. Jerry Cook takes back the lead of this race, losing it out on the back straight. Lucky to hold on, but for how long? Cody Lawrence gonna continue to push. This is a rivalry brewing up here in CMRSC. 2 very quick drivers in the modern era. And remember, they're brand new to CMRSC. None of them are in the playoffs, so big chance for them. They're on the 2 to go here. And Cody Lawrence gonna look to the inside of the next corner, but remember, it depends where they stand onto the final corner. Door to door, side by side. Supra versus Mercedes. The Supra goes off the track. But oh, hard on the brakes there is Jerry Cook. Trying to keep it between the white lines. 1 lap to go. As they are on here, it's not the white flag lap. Ignore the top of your screen. Here we go. 1 more lap. Cody Lawrence on the inside, crucially. Side by side here, Jerry's gonna hold on. Almost door to door, almost side by side. Cody Lawrence takes the lead. But for how long? That back straight proving to be the make or break for this one. Jerry Cook now has to set up for one final barrage on the back straight in the final sector. Has to just keep it calm here and set up for this corner right here. Here we go. Early turn in for Cody Lawrence. You look how wide Jerry took that Mercedes because he wants all the slipstream. But was it too much? 5/10. Is the gap closing? I don't think it is. I think Jerry took a little too much. Bit a little too much, more than he could chew. Final complex of corners for them. Oh, Jerry runs a little bit deep, runs a little bit wide. That's gonna do it. Cody Lawrence has survived. He's attacked and he's survived. Defended. Excellent effort. Cody Lawrence will take the back-to-back victory. What a fight. What a win. Back-to-back race wins. Cody Lawrence takes victory. Jerry Cook fought with all his might. Could not get it done.
Thank you, sir. That was a damn good fight. Thanks for keeping that clean. I appreciate it.
Andy Rees, P3.
No contact.
I believe
not one bit. I don't
should
think
be P3
all the way.
I'm not too sure why it's saying Martin Webster 3rd place, but what a fight that was to the very end. Wow. Andy Rees going to take that position once again. I'm not too sure why it's
Gave
showing.
that podium away.
Thank you, Brett. Oops.
Unless there was a switch up.
I just kept experimenting in that section, trying to find time, and that's not where I was losing it.
But we are gonna double
Sorry,
check.
everyone got caught up in that P6 exit.
Just making
crash.
sure
I
about
was
the
I
podium.
was in the grass, and I just got spun while I was in the grass. I couldn't do any lower. Sorry to everyone who got involved in that.
So, just double checking now, and yes, so, Andy Reese still in.
Sean, you make that rule now, did you? I'm disappointed, man.
Yeah. I gave that away. I gave that to him. I just kept. I don't know where I was losing time, so I just kept looking all over the place and trying to. And that's not where
There
I
you
was
see.
losing it.
Celebration
So
here.
I just. And once you go in the grass, you're done.
So you say you're doing charity to the elderly?
No, I wouldn't do that, man. I won't call out.
But a celebration for Cody Lawrence because he takes the victory here today. What a fight. And let's get to the interviews
He's going
now.
off the road in the last corner.
Yeah, once you go in the grass, you're done. You just gotta try to just keep it off the wall, and that's it.
So just to give the final order of the race, I think the leaderboards did get a little bit messed up, but it is Cody Lawrence, Jerry Cook, Andy Rees, Martin Webster, Sean Lee, Oliver Bluch, Anderson Biano, Casper Koksgaard to round it out.
So how's it there, finishing third?
Yeah, I don't know why. It put Andy a lap behind.
Yeah, and he's down in ninth.
Yeah, so it for some reason not confirm him across the line, but I did see him come across, so he is
Yeah, I
third.
don't know what's going on.
So don't worry, yeah, you're still third place, but an amazing race nonetheless. Andy, I'll switch it over to you. Another P3 for yourself, but this time it was a bit of a harder fight with some of these drivers here. Take us through that one.
Well, yeah, it was more isolated than last race, certainly. The grid got split up into what is that, turn 3, something like that. Split into 2 groups. I believe only P1 and P2 made it through. We were quite a large gap behind because of some contact. But yeah, still wasn't completely isolated. Still had some good fights. Yeah, not much to say.
Well, so an interesting race from you, but most importantly, big points on the board with a double podium. So very good going into the halfway race, halfway mark in this championship. So overall, great effort from you. A fantastic race, fantastic 2 races here today. Great round for you. Congratulations on the podium.
Yeah, thank you. Didn't expect the double podium at least, so I'm very happy with that.
I know the team's going to be very happy with that as well, so congratulations. Excellent effort.
Excellent.
Jerry, man, oh man, just so close to that first race win here, but it was such a hard-fought battle between yourself and Cody Lawrence. Jerry, that was an amazing fight. How are you feeling, man?
Despite coming so close and coming up so short, I'm not too disappointed with the P2, especially, it's a great amount of points, especially compared to last week. It's a great bounce back for us. So nonetheless, I'm still happy with that, but to come that close, it does sting a little, but in the end, Cody had all of us beat by about half a second in terms of the fast guys. So it is what it is in the end. Just have to bite the bullet sometimes and see if you can get something better next week, I guess.
For sure, but what's mainly important is that this is huge momentum going into the next round. Despite the low points finish in the British Grand Prix, you've really turned it around, and a double podium finish, a double P2 for you. This is a lot of points on the board, so it's going to put you right in this championship fight with the likes of Jaden Harrison and a couple other of those drivers like Daniel Tabiter, Mike Van Doorn not here. So even though it's double P2, these are very crucial points in a championship with only 5 rounds. So an amazing result from you. Do you feel like this rivalry between yourself and Cody is one to watch?
Possibly. It's just going to come down to if I can adjust myself to this car track by track. I think one of the main key points last week at Brands Hatch that was getting me to the back of the field was probably the amount of elevation and just brand new to a GT4 entirely because I'm usually driving stock cars, so high horsepower, not that much downforce. At least these things have low horsepower, so it's a little bit of an adjustment for me. But I think, give me some time, and I'm sure that rivalries will be something to watch for.
Cannot wait to see how this one brews out. Congratulations on the P2. That race win is coming very, very soon. I could feel that one. I know you can too. Amazing effort.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And wow, speechless here. Cody Lawrence, no matter what happens to you in the second race, you always manage to pull it back. But this time, it was one of the best drives we've ever seen here in our league's existence, Cody. From making a mistake early on, getting tangled up in the mid-pack, to taking the win. Cody Lawrence, what an amazing comeback from you. How was that one?
Well, I wasn't feeling as good as how you ramped it up. I appreciate the enthusiasm because that took a lot of effort to pull off. I actually just took a look back at the collision. You guys can make of it what you will. I'll throw it in chat here. But despite that, I had to use every bit of knowledge I had of this track that I have. This is my home track, so I would like to think I know it quite well. And you saw the result of that, didn't you? I guess I am happy with that after the collision. So I had a fantastic fight with Jerry. He defended that very, very well. And if either of us had won that, that would have been a deserving winner. So I'll take it. Take it.
1000%. Yeah, a back-to-back race win. This punches you right back in this championship picture. Once again, I gotta ask you as well, that was a hard-fought battle between both of you, very clean as well. Is this a rivalry brewing up for this championship?
We'll have to wait and see on that one. I'm also quite new to the GT4s. I think I drove like a GT4 Porsche in some random AC Open lobby once. So this is also my first foray into GT4s. I'm very much, I have a lot of experience with open wheelers, especially Formula One. I've been driving a lot of RSS, VRC, F1 mods, so that's where my background is in open wheelers. So I feel like I'm adapting quite well, and maybe Portland made me look a little bit better than I actually am in a GT4. But yeah, we'll have to see, right? We'll have to see going forward, because like I said, Jerry put on one hell of a defense to try to hang on to that, and no contact whatsoever. That was clean. Zero collision, zero touching. That was fantastic. So if there is a fight to be had in the future, I definitely have a ton of trust in Jerry wheel to wheel. So that's fantastic to have.
Amazing sportsmanship between the both of you, and amazing racing nonetheless. Congratulations on the back-to-back race wins. You're back in the championship fight, firm in there, and can't wait to see what you can do. Congratulations on the takeover, the clean sweep here today.
Thank you very much.
And that's gonna do it for today's round here. Next week we go to Sandown Raceway for the Australian Grand Prix. We're also gonna be reaching the halfway point in the championship, so make sure to stick around. If you're in the stream, subscribe if you haven't already to our drivers. Thank you for coming over here today. If you have to head out, we understand. If you want to stick around, completely free to do so. But amazing racing between everyone here today. And yeah, hopefully we could see you in the next one. And remember, the winner of this championship heads into our playoffs in November, where it's going to be 6 rounds, where we're going to be taking through all our championships that we've done, all for one round. That includes a GT3 race, a Ferrari Challenge race, a Formula 4, LMP2, DTM, and Radicals. So yeah, that's your playoff spot. It's your last playoff spot to get into. So I know there's going to be a lot of tension, but cannot wait to see how it turns out. Congratulations to all our point scoring drivers here today, and hopefully we could see all of you next week out, 7 days time, for Australia. Gonna end off the stream here, and I'll come back into the voice chat later. So, incredible effort. We're gonna end off our YouTube video here. Thank you for tuning in to race number 2, and one of the best race in this championship. We'll see you next week for the Australian Grand Prix, Sandown Raceway. Gonna be an exciting one. Can't wait to see you there. That's gonna do it. Recording there for our YouTube channel. Wow! What a fight! What a fight that was! Cody Lawrence, Jerry Cook, watch out for them. These are your 2 title contenders I'm seeing. I'm feeling it. Jaden Harrison's also in there. He's missed 1 race. And with Jerry Cook not performing well, they're going to be pretty much level. So, wonder how this one's going to turn out to be, folks. That is going to do it for today's race. Thank you so much for tuning in to Kirby Motor Racing Sim Club. Next week, it's Sandown Raceway. We'll see you then. Take it easy.